Installing a UHF radio on your vehicle is a must if you go full driving, camping, travel remotely, or the likes. I'll show you how easy it is to do this. What you need is obviously a UHF radio, an antenna or an aerial, a bracket, some wiring depending on where you're going to get power for your radio, soldering iron, some terminals, and some basic tools. The first thing you want to do is decide where you want to install the unit in the cab. And this unit is from Ridgerider. It's their 5-watt UHF CB radio, which is pretty awesome because look at that, it's quite compact and it's 80 channels. I'll be putting up a review video of this unit soon, so keep an eye on that one. So I'm thinking of putting this unit just right here. That way it's out of the way of anything, and I can clearly see the screen and the buttons, quite easy to access. And for the wiring, it's easy for me to tuck it away under here straight to where I want it to be. And I was thinking of putting this piece just right here. That way both the driver and the passenger can easily access it if need be. So I've installed the unit, as you can see, nice and tidy. So screen facing that way, I've got the speaker facing this way to gain maximum volume. And I've decided to put this piece down here rather than on the side up here actually. It just looks better and it's more hidden and it's just away from everything. Now the next thing we need to decide on is where to get power for the unit. So the most common thing that people do is just tap power off your car stereo because it's obviously close to it and it's just easier that way. Now if you want to take that option, then I've got a video. I'll put a link up on the screen here, or I'll put a link in the description as well. I've created a video on how to remove this part of the dash on your Nissan X-Trail so you can gain access to the stereo if you want to tap power onto the stereo. I did a little bit of research and I decided to go the other way for getting power for the unit, and which is to run your positive line from the unit all the way straight to the battery. And the main reason why I've decided to go that way is if you're out in the bush or remote or whatever and you lose your keys, you don't need your key to turn the wheel into the accessory position so you can get power off the stereo to power your unit. Whereas if it's plugged in straight, if it's wired straight into the battery, you don't need the key. You just turn on the unit and it automatically turns on. So if you lose your key, you can break your window, get inside your car, use your radio straight away, radio for help, whatever. So what I've done is I've figured out roughly how long of a cable I need. I've undone it from the spool. I've run it neatly through under here, inside the guards, which I did just from here. And I've cleared it behind, as you can see there's a red cable there, cleared it behind the hinge for the bonnet to go up and down, so it's out of the way. And it's basically inside here, behind all the door hinges, so it's all safe. Neatly tucked away right at the corners. The plastic doesn't pinch the cable, so these are all plastic clips. You can easily lift them up. And basically from there it goes under here. And I've run it through underneath the carpet so you don't see it at all. Down the bottom you can see through to the driver's side, so I just put the cable through and out it goes on the other way. So ready for some terminals on both ends, one for the battery positive terminal and one to join it to the positive line of my UHF radio. So after cutting all the boring part of this video, I've now installed the aerial. And I got myself one of these universal brackets for the aerial. There's 3 bolts here, that one, and there's one over there that's a bit broken. So I've decided to put it on the last one here, which is closest to the headlight. The aerial itself is pretty straightforward to install onto the bracket. There's the screw here that you just put the aerial through and then tighten it with the supplied key. And the cable, I've just run it exactly where I run my positive line going back to the car. So I've got my positive line, I've got my aerial right here. And for the ground, you can attach the ground to any metal part of the vehicle. And I've decided to just attach it to the seat, the metal frame under the seat. And as I've said, no key. I can easily turn on the unit and it's working. If you like what you've seen, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications of any new videos we put up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.